Hello everyone, I'm Shiena Francisco from Bachelor of Science Information Technology, fourth year student. Now I will discuss the transaction for recurring transaction and cost allocation in Business Central. Recurring general journal are used to post regular transaction with little to no change. For example, is expenses, the rent, insurance, and more. This feature is great for allocating amount or percentage to different general ledger account or posting accruals, and the benefits of this to enter the detail once and easily to post transaction to minimize entry of mistake and maintain consistency going forward. After that, we go to search how to find a recurring general journal. As you can see, you can many type or many way to find the recurring. First is the search tab. You can type a recurring general journal, but many kind of recurring. So just read carefully, and then you can go to finance. For finance, just go to general journal, and then they have the three button. Just click and then go to general journal, and then on the right side you can see the recurring general journal. Just click that, and now this is the template or looks like in a recurring general journal. First is the batch name. The batch name, you can click this. If you click this, you can add or you can set up you want to use for transaction, but I use a default or make it general. Now this is the first is recurring method. See, we have a more option here to related to recurring method. First is fixed of this is the amount for rent expenses, for example, that the same every month if we choose this, and the amount is constant. For variable is the amount every month will be set to the zero. For balance is based on allocation amount a specific account. For this, reversing is a similar to their counterparts, but a balancing entry will also be posted. For recurring frequency, this is the entry what to post, what we bought here. This is use formula for date. For formula for date, just based on my research, just visit the Microsoft State formula. They posted the some formula for frequency that use, but I use 1 day plus 1 month minus 1 day. This formula is a date of make formula that the last day of month. Take note for frequency. Take note for the formula we use. Be careful the formula because we have a different month and day. So make sure the formula we use is good or compatible in what you want to post in recurring transaction. For posting date, what I said earlier, the formula is already, but we use the date now, February 15, 2023. For document number, just type the test rent, and the test rent is compatible or scope the rent expenses. For account type, we use the GL account. For GL account means general ledger account, but we have more option for there. Have a vendors, customer payments, like that. If you click, just type the code or the transaction you want to recurring. And for amount, just input amount of expenses in rent expenses. Just input 3,000 like that example. If you click this directly for allocated of the account or cost allocated, this is the template looks like for cost allocation. Now for account name, we put expenses and transaction if you have. Now we choose allocation by quantity or percentage. We'll go ahead 100%, and now we can see the amount balance is negative. So now just after that, just close it and go to department code. You must option here for admission, production, sales, like that. You must choice for that. So we choose sales for department code. After that, go to home and just click the previous posting. The previous hosting is just to check your works if the GL entry for recurring transaction and allocation is already, if don't have a valid code or invalid input, just the previous posting, just checking your job, your task, like that. If you want to change it and then checking again the previous posting, this already display again, like that. To finalize your task, the recurring transaction, just click the post and there have message. You want to post the journal lines, just click the yes and then wait for loading, and then the pop-up, your journal is successfully posted. As you can see, can you add another entries or transaction? This recurring transaction are scope or can handle a multiple entries or line to input for transaction of your expenses, for example, like that. Just click that and then just do it what we doing earlier. Just the same thing for a rep expense, just enter or just do the same thing in another transaction or entries. And that's all for our recurring transaction, how to work, how to process, how to intimidate the task, how to make understand, how to easily to see, how to manage your time and effort to creating a task. This is so helpful to know your transaction, your payment, your subscription. This is helpful to manually to make it automatic a process in recurring transaction and for allocation your cost especially. And that's all. Thank you for watching.